welcome back. Another episode of the Near Post podcast. Big video today. We're going to do, obviously, we've been posting up suggestions on our Insta story. Premier League team of the season so far. Obviously, going to be plenty of debates here. There's going to be some near misses. People won't be happy, obviously, but this is what we haven't decided yet, so there'll be some arguments. We've just narrowed it down a bit. So we're going to do a 4-3-3 formation, keep it simple, and it'd be interesting to see actually how many of these lads will be on the team when we make it in at the end of the season, who stays in and stays consistent.
Yeah, most definitely. We'll be doing a manager as well on that, who's performed the best. But just before we get into it, I want to say we have a giveaway going on our Instagram at the minute for your chance to win a retro jersey. There'll be details on the post on Instagram, so go check that out if you haven't already.
There's going to be 3 winners as well, so 3 people are getting a jersey of their choice. Quality page, so get on that definitely.
Right, so we'll get straight into it with the goalkeepers. I'll let you start.
Yeah, there's a few. Obviously, we put up the story on Insta there. I think it was Tuesday, see who people think. And I already had a lot in mind anyways before even looking at. But from looking at a lot of the replies on that story, it's not an obvious choice, but I think he just edges it. First of all, I'm going to mention a few other keepers. Like I think Casper Schmeichel's gone under the radar big time. I think he's been quality,
unbelievable,
making big saves. Obviously, Leicester well up there. McCarthy's been pretty decent as well. Been solid. Obviously, Southampton missing a lot of defenders at the minute, so they're struggling slightly at the back. Ederson has the most clean sheets, but to be honest, I think he's been solid. I think that's mainly down to the City defense. But
yeah,
the man I'm putting in that I'm going to make a case for is Emi Martinez. I think 9 clean sheets since he's came, just looks rock solid, absolute unit in goals. Just gives a nice presence there. So that's the name I'm putting forward for the goalkeeper spot.
Yeah, well, this year there hasn't been too many outstanding keepers. I'd say that it's been a very high quality across the board, maybe with the exception of maybe Ramsdale and a few others, but we won't get into that. The names I've put down, I have Schmeichel as well. I think he's one of my favorite keepers in the league and has been for a couple of years now. He's class. I think he's top quality. McCarthy as well. Noted on him, like he's a good keeper in there behind him, and Foster, like, to keep him out. And he has been rotating that a bit, but they've both been on good form. Another man I think is Darlow for Newcastle. Like, he came in, obviously Dubravka was injured, and he hasn't been able to get back in. That's another great keeper on the bench, but I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to go with Martinez in goals.
Yeah, just before we move on to right back, we've chosen Martinez. Nick Pope obviously has been rock solid as usual, making save after save, big presence. So yeah, just give him a little mention, but Emi Martinez just edges this one from Aston Villa. When we move to right back, Peter, I'll let you name a few names there first.
Yeah, well, obviously last year Trent was the standout. This year he hasn't been too great. Found a bit of form there last night, but we'll say nothing. And I've wrote down just 3 names here: Cancelo, Justin, and Matty Cash.
Matty Cash, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're 3 quality players. They like to get up, but they can definitely defend as well. We're starting to see a bit more of an attacking wing back kind of, style coming into the Premier League, which is good. Maybe taking definitely, that in from, I think a lot that likes to happen a lot in Italy and stuff like that, but starting to come over here, which is nice. I think Cancelo just tops them all, though. He's playing probably in the best team there. He's just been a bullet up and down that wing. He's done good UCL and James Justin. He comes in second there for me. He's been solid, but I just think Cancelo edges him. What do you think?
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I think Cancelo has been quality for the last 6 or 7 games, but he actually hasn't played every game. Like, if you look, sometimes he plays left back, sometimes Walker plays and right back Zinchenko. Don't get me wrong, I think Cancelo is the second best right back in the league, bar Trent. Just if we're talking quality, he's top notch. Like, you see his goal and assist the other night, absolute quality. But I think James Justin has been good all season. He's basically played every minute. Very solid defensively. Obviously, he's played a bit of left back as well. I just think he edges it. Obviously, Cancelo's probably going to get more goals and assists just because he's basically playing like an inverted centre mid. When you watch City, obviously he starts off right back. Another mention, I don't think he makes the team, but Kyle Walker-Peters from Southampton, I thought has been very, very solid. Like, to be honest, I don't know why Spurs let him go. They've got Aurier and Matt Doherty struggled. Like, I'm sure they take him back now, but I'm going to go with Justin. So I suppose that's up for debate. It's Justin / Cancelo because I just think Justin's been very consistent this year.
Right, that's fair enough. We'll move on. We go left back.
Go left back, yeah. I think this has been a tough one. There's been no absolute outstanding. To be honest, I've 3 names here. I might be missing one or two that probably deserve a mention, but I've Andy Robertson. He's still in a struggling Liverpool team. He's still been very, very solid. I have Aaron Cresswell, who, he's really impressed me this season.
Yeah.
Assists, but also he just looks solid there. Good on the ball. And then begrudgingly, Luke Shaw has been solid defensively. Just nothing outstanding, just been solid. You know what I mean? Just a good defensive left back. So they're my 3. And I don't know, to be honest. Who's yours, maybe?
Yeah, so I have a few names down as well. I put Robbo down because he's been our most consistent defender, maybe besides Fabinho. He's just been quality all season. Not living up to the heights of last year, but that can be said around the board for Liverpool. But yeah, he's been quite good. Again, Shaw's been phenomenal. You know, it pains me to say it. He really has been phenomenal. He's just done everything right there. Few other mentions we have, I think Chilwell, Van Aanholt started off decent, gone now, but
I think Chilwell is very overhyped. Just get that in there. He's a good player, good going forward, but he's very liable at the back. I think he's a good player, but slightly overrated.
If I wanted to have one in my team right now who's on form, I'm going for Luke Shaw.
Yeah, also, I'm going to agree with you on that, but give a mention, Arsenal fans will be going mad. Kieran Tierney. Last 7 or 8 games, he's been very impressive, but he's had a lot of little injuries. He hasn't, you know what I mean? He's been playing left centre-back in a 3 at the back. He's, you know what I mean? So I just don't think we can put him in considering it's the whole season, but Tierney has impressed me last few games. I know Arsenal fans will be
might change by the end of the season.
Yeah. He might get in there if he keeps up them performances. That's right. We moved to centre-backs.
Yeah, centre-backs probably been one of the hardest. I think it'll be one of the hardest ones to make.
Well, there's one man that just gets in. I'll let you say
Diaz. Yeah, Ruben Diaz. There's not even a doubt. Everyone knows if you're watching the Premier League, he's an absolute beast.
Just since I was looking at it, since he's came in, I think their last 12, 13 games, 11 clean sheets since he's played. Absolute outstanding. Obviously, Stones has been impressive, but I think that's mainly down to how good Diaz has been. I just think he's been exceptional, and I don't think we need to say any more about him. He definitely gets in there.
Yeah, 100%. Stones looks like a new man in there beside Diaz. I don't know, we've already mentioned Cancelo and Ederson. They've been very, very solid at the back, Man City, but our first centre-back is most definitely going to be Diaz. Few other names to mention.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Fabinho's been up there.
Solid.
The man, not even as a natural centre-back, and he's just been amazing there for Liverpool. Can't complain. Fofana.
Yeah, what a signing. He came from St. Etienne and he played alongside your man Saliba, who Arsenal have now loaned out. But when both of them were signed, with their talks was that Saliba was the main man out of that partnership, he's going to be the better player. And I don't know what has happened with him, just to mention that, but yeah, Fofana's been so solid. He moves across the ground, lovely, really good tackler, just really solid there.
Yeah, another player I've really liked is Ogbonna. I think he's just I think he's been an absolute rock there at the back. You mentioned Vestergaard.
Yeah, he's been injured. He's had about 10 good games, and then he's just got the injury. Maybe played a bit longer. Another man, he's not going to make the squad, but I think he deserves a mention, is Konsa from Aston Villa. I think he's been quite good. Good athlete. He's a bit of a goal threat there as well. I think he's been decent. He'll miss out, but
Yeah,
I've liked him.
definitely beast in the air as well. But
Mhm. So we've
so
what? We narrowed down to two, either Fabinho or Fofana.
uh, I'm going to go for Fofana. Hate to
Fofana.
say it, but I just think he's been absolute. He's just been a beast. Like Fabinho's been great. He's not a natural centre back. I think it's more how well he's done as not a natural centre back. But Fofana coming in, he's my preferred choice there.
I'm going to disagree with you. I've been really impressed with Fofana, but I think
Yeah,
Fabinho, like, he looks like a centre back by the way he's playing. He's just been, like, his passing is so solid, his tackling, his positional awareness, and let's be honest as well, Fofana's had he's had a steady partnership. He's played with Evans the whole season, so that's obviously easier for him. Fabinho's had Henderson, he's had Matip, he's had Nat Phillips, he's had Reece Williams, he's had 4 different partners, and he still looked good. So, not. People say it's Liverpool bias, but I think he's been quality this season.
yeah, 100% can agree there. He's been very, very good. Fair
Right.
enough. Right, we'll go into the midfield. We're going to have one holding and 2 further forward, I think.
Yeah, 4-3-3 flat. To be honest, it's going to be a ridiculous attacking team, obviously.
Yeah,
We'll look at that slightly, like this holding role, these players still get forward, but you know what I mean? They're just slightly more defensive, let's say. For a few names, I've 2 names for this spot. Well, I've 3 or 4, but the few main men I'm going to go with, Yuri Tillmans, Tommy Soucek, I think that's how you say it.
yeah.
Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, I think he's been very, very solid this season. Even last night, Spurs were crap, but he was still very impressive.
Very
not even a
dominant
goal,
figure there.
just good player. Obviously, Basuma from Brighton has impressed me. Obviously, Arsenal, United have been looking at him, but he misses out. But for me, it comes down to 2 lads, Yuri Tielemans and Tommy Soucek. Who's your man?
Yeah, I literally got the same man there. Maybe you could mention Pogba, who's kind of finding form of late, but
No,
yeah,
he's
for
only
me,
had like
like
7 or 8 good games.
he's been my favorite person in the Premier League all season, and it's Tommy Zucek. Like
Soucek, yeah.
I've just been so impressed with him. He's an absolute beast in the air. He can defend, he can get forward.
Decent passer.
Yeah, and
What a signing.
I think he's mid-20s. Like he's loads of years to go, especially when he can hold that play up there. I just think he's an absolute beast. He's getting into my team.
Yeah, obviously, I think I was texting you the other night how impressed I have been with Tielemans, but not Soucek. It's not even the goal. I think he has 7 or 8 goals this season, Soucek. It's obviously the goals are massive, but he just shields that defense lovely with Declan Rice. Nah, Tommy Soucek gets in, definitely.
Yeah, now we've got 2 attacking midfielders. For me, it's one of the easier decisions. Well, this guy,
These are
I
the
think,
2 easy. Yeah,
he's the 2 of them are nearly automatic. And look, no spoilers: Bruno Fernandes and Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
Wow.
We'll talk about Bruno first. I mean, what an impact that man has had. Like, people say the Fernandes thing, it's fairly funny, but let's be honest, the man is quality.
Yeah, he's just came in. He's just changed that team. Like,
he's a little prick in the nicest way.
yeah,
And I say that as a compliment, if that makes sense. He's just so solid. The man oozes goals and assists. Yeah, definitely. What an impact he's made. I hate to say it, but Bruno gets in.
yeah.
And
I've never hated a player so much for being so good. Like,
yeah,
if he played for anyone else, I'd love the player to bits, but he had to just go play for Man United. I love it as well. He plays for the badge there. Like, he looks like a great leader. Like,
puts in a shift.
yeah, he just gets it done. Fantastic. Anyone would
right.
take him in their team.
Next man, Jack Grealish. People are going to say this is a big call. I think he's been the best player in the league this season. I think he is. He's England's. I think he's England's best player bar Kane. I think he's absolute quality. I think it's 6 goals, 10 assists this season. It's not even that though. The way he just plays, he drifts by lads. He gets double marked, most fouled. Like, I should hate him as, like, being from Ireland. Obviously, he rejected us, but he's too good to watch. He's just absolute quality. My player of the season so far, Jack Grealish.
Yeah, he's so exciting. I love watching him. Like, thought he was going to get snapped up at the end of last season.
Oh,
He thought he had a very good season. He's every game, like, Jack's going to do something magic. He's just always looking to go forward. A lot of these players can be very negative, but
yeah.
he's always on the attack, creating space, and yeah, he knows his class as well.
Yeah,
Top player.
you gotta love watching him as well. You think people try bully him. He's fairly strong. He's well built. He's got great balance. He's just a class act.
Absolute
And then
monster hammies on him as well.
yeah, them calves when he
Yeah.
puts down them. But anyways, we're doing a 4-3-3. So obviously left wing, right wing, striker. We're gonna say on this left side first. And for me as well, this is a very easy pick. I'll let you go first on this one.
Yeah, first, just for the midfielders, I want to shout out Madison as well. It's been an
Yeah, he's
absolute
really picked up
tank.
his form the last month or so. Really just starting to show his class.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely deserves a mention.
I think on the wing, both sides, we haven't, like, not many players have impressed me, but these three that I'm going to name in my team have just been phenomenal. I'll start off left wing, and you have to go Son.
Oh,
He's
class,
he's just been a class act this season. The
class.
duo with him and Kane has been phenomenal. They both look like different players. Kane sitting in that new role, feeds it off. Son's got pace to burn up there.
Yeah,
Like, even yesterday, even when they're not playing that good, he's always liable to just hit you on a counter attack, score a quick goal, and then Mourinho's going to park the bus for the rest of the game. Yeah, Son gets in my left wing.
yeah, Son for me as well. Definitely, it's a bit of a sin that he has to play in such like a defensive team. You know what I mean? Like he's the type of lad that like I always say. I said it for a few years. If he came to Liverpool, I just love him. Like he's just so good. Left foot, right foot. He's a good passer, but his finishing though, like his finishing is so. Even the goal last night, obviously, was offside, but so precise. I'm looking here, 12 goals, 6 assists. Like for a lad that, let's be honest, he's not getting that many chances.
Mm,
He's very
he's
clinical.
clinical. Yeah.
Also, a little shout out to I give Rashford a shout out. He's been decent this season. I like the look of Pedro Neto. Them lads been good, but nowhere near Son's level.
Yeah. Even on that Wolves front, Podence has been very good as well. We'll
Mm,
go over to the right wing. Another, I think it's been very poor. Like, if I had to mention any right wingers I've seen this year, like, who can you say? Rafinha,
mm.
and the other one, the obvious Mo Salah.
Yeah, just
Besides
before.
that, I can't really. Do you have anything there to mention?
Yeah, he's played everywhere this season, and he's been quality. Saka, but I have him on the right wing because he's played there the last couple of games. Wherever he's played, he's looked quality. Like he's been carrying that Arsenal team for a while.
Yeah,
Really, really impressive. But for me, Mo Salah edges it. He's an out and out right winger, and even though he has, I don't think he's scored in the last 4 or 5 Premier League games. He's still the Premier League top scorer. He's having a according to rival fans, he's having an absolute stinker of a season. Yet he's still top scorer of the Premier League. Man,
yeah, that just shows his class. Like, even
yeah,
when he's not on form, still be
yeah,
top of the table for goals scored. Like, he's just an absolute. He's a man. Like, even say Salah, like, there, even he's had 4 or 5 games. You're not going to go in. You're not going to see him 3-1 to score first, 4-1 to score first. He demands. He's a
he'll be around
tank.
the
Like,
evens,
yeah, he's always
scoring
liable
anytime.
for a goal. Always liable for a
Yeah,
goal.
yeah. Like we can't not put in the Premier League's top scorer. Let's be honest. So Mo Salah, but Saka has been extremely impressive as well.
Yeah.
Right up top for me, there's been plenty of decent strikers, but again, one man stand out. We're basically playing a false nine because this lad's played a bit deeper this year. And that man for me is Harry Kane. Obviously, he got that injury yesterday. Don't know how bad it is, but I think like his new role, he just drops deep, finds Son, but he still has 12 goals, 11 assists. He's been absolute quality. For me, it's a no-brainer. Harry Kane.
Yeah, I think he's the only player in the league who can maybe put it up to Bruno and Grealish for Player of the Year. In my
Yeah,
opinion,
maybe Son.
yeah, he's been an absolute tank, most assists in the league, I think, and he's just like, this new role really suits him because obviously he didn't have the pace like Son does to get him behind, but his vision is next.
He's
It's
class.
world
He's
class. Like,
class.
strikers, like, obviously DCL had a fantastic start to the season. He's kind
Bit
of been,
cold, but he's still been decent.
yeah, he's kind of gone a bit cold there
Um,
now. Like Vardy's always up there.
yeah,
Vardy's always
yeah,
liable for a goal.
he's still up the charts. Obviously got that injury, but for me, it's Paddy Bamford. Maybe he gets a mention as well, but he actually misses a lot of chances, in my opinion.
Yeah,
But for me, this one was a no-brainer. Kane all day.
yeah. So
Hmm
that is our team. So
That's
we'll just
who's going
go
to
over
manage
the.
them. First of all,
Yeah,
who's the manager?
right.
Who's impressed you most this season as a manager?
I have few names down here. Obviously, I can't go without mention Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's proved everyone wrong. This time
Hmm
last year, there was lots of doubts whether he'd be here for another season. What would he be at this time next year? But he's just shoved it in everyone else's face, and they've been playing fantastic football. Obviously, that's credit to the team he has there. He's a lot of resources, fantastic team. Definitely up there anyway. Brendan Rodgers um, gets a mention. Just been fantastic
Yeah,
there. Leicester, I've been happy
they
with
play
them.
lovely football. They're
Yeah,
second, like lovely football.
they've just been
And to be
fantastic.
honest, yeah, to be honest, I have a few names. I think Moyes deserves a big mention. Like before last night, they're in Champions League places. He's gotten a tune out of them. You know what I mean? They just look rock solid.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, obviously Ollie's proved a lot of people wrong. He's doing very well. I thought he'd be sacked, to be honest, but he's far from that now. For me, obviously Pep, they're top of the league. They're really flying now. But for me, uh, Brendan Rodgers, they're so far anyway. Second place. Obviously, they play a lovely style of football. They can go counter attacking, yet they can dominate a team possessionally. So they can do it both ways. Yeah, for me, it's Brendan Rodgers.
Yeah,
Who are you going to go with?
this is going to anger a lot of Man United fans, but I don't think you can look away from Rodgers. Like,
Well,
look,
they're ahead of right now. They're ahead of Man United, and it's the
yeah,
team of the season so
they're
far. So
they're ahead of Man United, and you look at what he has to play with. Like that team, like if you look at any team, and you've Bruno Fernandes, Pogba, Rashford, Martial, even if he's not firing, you've an 80 million centre back, most paid goalkeeper in the world. Like you're gonna look like I think any
mhm,
manager is gonna do half decent with that sort of team. Brendan
definitely,
Rodgers, he's been fantastic with Leicester, absolutely
yeah.
fantastic.
So you're going to go with Rodgers.
Yeah,
We're both
Rodgers
on
going to
Rodgers.
round that team up.
Yeah, happy days. Yeah, yeah. That's
And
us done.
obviously,
Obviously,
Frank Lampard should get mentioned there. Been solid as well. But
yeah. Look, that's the team. That's the management. We'll just round it off. In goals, we went with Martinez, right back, Justin Cancelo. You make up
yeah,
your mind. Diaz and Fabinho or Fofana, couldn't decide there. We both begrudgingly went with Luke Shaw, left back. Three in the middle, Tommy Soucek, Holden. Went with Bruno and Grealish in the middle. And then Son, Salah and Kane up top with Brendan Rodgers running the show. I
yeah.
think
Let
that's a
us
very
let
solid
us
team.
know. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Like who have we missed out? We've definitely left out a few lads that deserve a mention, but that was
Yeah.
inevitable.
Tell us who you think for right back, centre back. Were we right with Brendan Rodgers?
Mm.
You know,
Also, just before we finish up, be interesting to see how many of these boys are still in the team. Like, also as well, tell us like who's going to keep this form up. Who's going to be in the team for the 38 game season? Who's getting in there?
yeah, I think that front three is going to remain unchanged,
Well,
unless
Kane,
obviously, yeah,
maybe with Kane's injury, yeah, we shall see. But yeah, that was
I,
a pleasure as always. Interesting one, and can't wait to do this now at the end of the season. See how many changes there is.
yeah, will be very interesting. So, yeah, comment down below, tell us what you think of it. And yeah, thanks for watching.